Nichanganye kabisa. You will fail in Jesus' name. Welcome back to CTA Next Gen. I am your host, Wanjiru Mwiruri, and here's where we do the what? We do the
tea.
We put the tea.
Or we put the tea in CTA.
There you go.
Ooh.
CTA Next Gen. CTA Next Gen. CTA Next Gen. CTA Next Gen.
Let's go on.
So, before the break, we were talking about Pius Moshiri. You did a very good guess with him. Congratulations. You really know your best bud really well. So, Pius taught us to define our success, and he does that in 7 different pillars. I will not attempt to name them because I will embarrass myself greatly, but just know there are 7. Go and watch and find out which ones they are. How do you define your success?
Easy. Obedience to God. That's how I define success.
Did you come to this conclusion before or after the interview?
I came to that conclusion in 2019.
Interesting.
Yes. So, obedience to God is my definition of success, which is a bit similar to what Pius was saying. Because Pius was saying he's got all these different pillars of life, family, health, finances,
physical health.
all of these other things. But then he was saying it's a circle where they are, and then he brings God
At the center.
at the center. So he has to filter everything through that lens, which basically means he needs God's approval before making some decisions on different things. Yeah.
That's amazing. So tell us the story about how you came to that conclusion.
Obedience to God.
Being your definition of success.
In 2018, or no, 2019 actually, I had a lot of clients. There's a time I had a company called FOAB Digital, and we had a lot of clients. And the thing about a company, you grow from 1 client to 2 to 7 to 15 to, you just keep growing and growing and growing. And the definition of success was scale up, scale up, scale up, scale up, scale up, get more money. But as we were doing that, I was failing in other things. So failing in maybe I just got my child. So in being a present dad. So I was like, this thing is not adding up. And then that company abruptly shut down. So then now you feel like a failure because that company we shut it down. I mean, say we didn't shut down, we shut it down. So you're beginning to feel like a failure because your worth is tied to what you do. So that 2019 is when I went for a conference, actually I went for TD Jakes, and then Julian Kula, and then now I sort of redefined in that time what success was. I used to call myself an SO, which means a sent one. Because Jesus is always talking about, and then my Father sent me, and then my Father sent me, and then my Father sent me, and then he said, finally, it is finished. So I resonated with Pius a lot. Now you imagine, I've called this guy to talk about finance, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, now that I'm in this journey, is it possible for you to have career, not be broke, be very successful, have impact? How do all of these things intertwine? And I knew Pius was definitely not the guy who was going to say this. Then I'm hearing him say that thing of how he redefined success. Wow, that was very affirming and life-changing.
Wow. Okay, let me quote Pius again. He says, "The moment I define my success, I determine how I will live my life thereafter." So basically he's saying that success, it's kind of designing your world. So when he decided that these are the 7 pillars of my life, then God showed up and put God as the center. He calls God the anchor pillar. Then he put God as the center. Then every other thing, he had kind of like drawn the boundaries of his life and determined how his life will roll out. So is there a notable difference in your life before and after you defined your success?
Not real. Yes and no. I say no because in 2004 was the first time I tried this God thing of you hear God and you walk in faith to what you've heard God say. And that's Mungu sina sauti ya kuongea, I'm hopeless. I became a rapper. That song on its own is me saying I cannot rap. But Mungu sina sauti ya kuongea, I'm hopeless, on the cordless, mini skillless. Mungu akaniambia kama yule Moses, who gives man his mouth, who makes him deaf or dumb. I am the great I am, put this mic in your hand, speak to my people. So that was the first time where I was taking on this instructional living. But then what happens as you become successful in what it is that you're doing, and it opens other doors, and especially when you enter into the corporate world, you can forget these things. So that was a great reminder of my, remember yourself. That's what that is.
So 2019 was not the moment you marked it as being that moment, but you've been having that lesson over and over again. It's just the time.
From when I got born again in 2004, December 31st, 2004, I started the journey. 2019 is when I came back and I said, it wasn't rededicating my life, I was still born again.
Yeah.
It was when I said, okay, this is what success looks, whether people understand it or not. Because the journey that I walk sometimes sounds very insane and crazy to a lot of people. And when nobody understands how you walk sometimes, you can feel like, these guys are right and me, I'm wrong. So this 2019 was the moment where I 100% decided whether anybody ever gets it or not. This is my own path, and this is the path. This is how I am defining success.
Wow.
Everyone has to define success, or success will define you.
So having defined it, have you achieved it?
Yes, it's a daily thing. I'm seated on this seat, ain't I?
Bruh.
It never ends. So it's it's a never ending thing, and it will never end until you what do you do? You end up in 6 feet under the grave. How do you think you ended up in Norway?
I know.
You think I just have loose money to throw? It's God. I'm serious. It's God who told me pay for Meg to go to Europe.
That was amazing.
Yeah, it's not that I wanted. It's not that I'm a nice guy. I'm not. It's God. It's just instruction.
Then that also shows you the crazy things that like obedience leads you to doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also it's cheat codes. Even if you watch Pius' story, there's the Jeremiah 33:3. Call to me and I will show you.
I'll answer you
and show you great and mighty things that
you've never heard of.
Yes. You know, I created an AI song around that verse so that I remember. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great. That's how I'm remembering Bible verses through music.
Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know.
Anyway, so there's cheat codes to that life. So when you look at what Pius did, Pius came to CTA and God has told him, oh, this is going to blow your mind. Let me sit up.
Try me.
Bring this thing. Let's clock this. I'm ready for this tea. Pius comes to CTA and God has told him, the reason you need to go to CTA is because you're never going to be able to tell this story like this. Because your season of grieving is going to come to an end. So he's coming to CTA when he's in grieving.
Yeah.
He's been obedient.
Yeah.
You get? By the side note, I told him something. I said, because he wanted me to shoot it on his platform, and he wanted, me to write questions. So even me, I pulled a God move on him. I told him, but then read the Bible. This, I know this sounds like I just meant like, me, God, I need proof that this guy is supposed to come. So God is like, okay, cool, no problem. So when I'm reading the Bible, the story of David sticks out. And I'm like, Pass, I can't film you. I don't know how to film. I don't know how to do interviews your style. Like write questions. I don't know. That's why I interject all the time. I just know how to have a conversation. So you have to come to my platform. And he said, cool, no problem. So I'm like, hiya. He's agreed. Then I told him, David, when he was...
Not the Bible lingo.
Yes, when David was going to kill Saul, he said, what is the reward for the person who slays this giant? So I asked him, for you to come to CTA, what is the reward for the person? And I gave him an invoice, and he paid it.
Wow.
Yep.
So back, you were about to blow my mind.
Yes, so he comes to CTA in this, to everybody, broken exterior shell.
Yeah.
And he is broken, but God is
His strength.
yes, exactly. And me, I'm watching all this unfold. And the next year, September 23rd, we're at a wedding. In the CTA, he says something, God will provide for himself.
Oh, let me write
And
that down.
in that wedding, I am giving the speech and saying, Pius always would tell me, God will provide for himself. So imagine that. Imagine me witnessing this whole journey from him coming to CTA to
Broken.
walking with him to the point why that's why I was on his lineup. I was on his lineup because I watched this journey unfold.
Yeah, for context, it was his wedding. Now Pius's wedding.
Yes. Pius was now getting married to his wife. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, it didn't blow my mind. It just made me go, oh. So return my clacket. You've not...
I thought you wanted me to spit back out.
Get out of here. But that is so profound. God will provide for himself. I'm even writing that down so that I can meditate on that later. So, before we go on break, obedience depends on hearing, right? So how do you hear God and how do you verify that it's accurate?
That's such a good question. I've asked that to so many people on CTA, including the last CTA that I just did with Pastor Angie. And I like that I asked her because she sort of made me... One of the questions that I ask every single day is like, am I really hearing God? We're in the jungle. Don't be scared of the ant.
Bruh. Unajua Tai Chi? Can I demonstrate? Is it serious? Jina yangu ID inagonga kutoka fa kama Tai Chi. Inagonga kutoka fa kama Tai Chi.
My God, like Gen Z's are amazing.
Wananiita master ama daddy.
So who sing that song?
Nyashinsky, bruh.
Oh, it's Nyashinsky?
Yeah.
Is it millennial?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was giving you a story. I didn't know that song was by Nyashinsky.
Yeah, but even the joke has gone up. He's just looking at me like I'm crazy. So the joke is, before you go back to, because now I have to defend my honor. The joke, poor guys. The joke is, I know Tai Chi, so you're expecting me to fight. But no, it's the song Tai Chi. Now you made me explain a joke. You're making me more millennial. This thing is rubbing off.
Okay, I haven't forgotten your question.
Have you forgotten my question? Oh, Nini, obedience. How to tell.
Oh, yes.
How to hear from God.
Okay. Gen Zs are amazing. Kuna energy of 50,000 guys. Guys. So, how do you... I say that I hear God when I doubt that I've heard God. That's how I know I've had God.
That's amazing. That's
Because
powerful.
normally it's always the questioning. It's always that, hey, is that God really who I've had? That's how I know it's God.
That's amazing. But can I poke some holes in it? Can I throw a spanner in there?
Yeah.
Just to. So my first question is, okay, two things that I'm
But
getting
there's
from
many
this.
more answers to that thing.
Oh, most definitely. I like that. It's answering because it shows you sometimes the uncomfortable things that God will ask you to do and how you get. So I completely get that. But now my other question is, number one, doesn't it box God to always only giving uncomfortable instructions? Like, what then when God maybe instructs you to do something that is not sacrificial or, that makes you doubt it's his voice?
So and normally the only time you have a problem asking whether it's God is when it is difficult.
Very true.
So
Oh,
are you getting? If
so
God tells me take a sip now, I won't be like, just take a,
Father, is that you? Exactly.
I just do it. That's easy.
Do you know
But
how
when it's like
profound
Lipa
that
for
is?
Meg to go to
Yeah.
Europe, I'm like, I can't be God.
The devil is speaking.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how profound that is? So I'm in a Harvard class of leadership, and my professor is saying that one of the most profound things I've heard from him is that leadership is only relevant when there is chaos. Like, what makes leadership relevant is problems. So and then he was asking, like, he threw a question away. How do we relate to that statement? And of course, for me, I had to take it back to religion. How people lean on God or come back to God when there's trouble, but then when good things are happening, it's and I'm not even shaming that. It's just such a natural thing that God is a clutch that we go to when there's issues. Sometimes people usually paint it as if it's morality,
Yeah.
but I think it's just inherently part of the human
Yeah.
make you get, and that's why you have to be very intentional to work against that. So when you're saying that the time you need to verify whether it's God, it's usually when it's usually difficult times. I'm relating it to that statement.
That's true, because God sort of works backwards. He talks to you at the end. So when he's telling you to do something, he's talking to you from the end.
Of that thing.
You are at the beginning.
He calls the end from the beginning.
So you are, how he's talking to you and how it looks to you is very impossible. But there's aspect of doing. So again, also, how do I know it's God? CTAs. I listen to different CTAs and I hear people talk about how they've had God, and you realize God also has a way that he speaks to his sheep or to people. You get? And you're not the first one that he's told to leave a job.
Very
You're not the
true.
first one that he's told to give money to somebody. You're not the first one that he's told to go and heal somebody who's sick or place your hand on someone. You're not the first one he's told those things. And everybody is always scared. So doubting is part of it. Doubting allows the faith to come in. So you begin to learn, God doesn't talk in an audible voice the way me and you are speaking on this podcast or conversation.
Yeah.
God doesn't use a mic. God uses very different things. Sometimes God uses numbers for me, numbers in threes. So the way I was telling you, call to me, that's Jeremiah 33:3. You
Exactly.
get? There's 444. There's different things, that ways to confirm that it is God speaking. But even the Bible. And I keep saying the Bible is not just this Bible. This is the consequences of filming outside. It's nice
Nature.
and breezy. It's beautiful. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not cutting that. So I was saying something very, very important. That the Bible is not just this 66 books. The Bible is also your life. So CTA, in an essence, is 150 Bibles.
There's a scripture, and I think I'll ask ChatGPT for help. It talks about how we are living epistles. You get to be read by other people. So basically what you're saying about CTA. So we have the epistles that are noted down, and then how you live your life is an epistle to someone else.
Yeah.
So someone is reading you.
Yeah.
You get.
And let me say this, and I do CTA with that gravity. So I'm very picky about who I put to podcasts. Now, it doesn't mean that they have to be saved.
Most
Doesn't mean they have to
definitely,
be born again. There are very many people who are not born again, or even who are not even
in the
in the Christian
yeah.
faith. They are different faiths, but I do it with the understanding that somebody is going to read that life, watch that CTA, and pivot their lives depending on what that person is saying and that they've done or doing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I have an interesting answer when it comes to how God speaks, because it's usually it's a huge controversy.
Oh, my bad. Let me ask you. For you, Meg, how does God speak to you?
I don't like when the tables stand, because anyway. So how I describe it is, let's demonstrate. Punch the air. Put your thumbs to your ears and then do a.
Yeah, now you're having
No,
fun.
no. Trust me, bro. See what an answer. Fire, see fire. Do this.
Oh, this
Breaks
fire,
and
see
breaks and
fire.
breaks. So I have a question. How is your body able to do that?
Because I told it
How did you tell it?
through my mind.
Explain the process.
I thought, in the words of Meg, I thought,
Bruh.
and then that thought sent an electric signal from my brain to my hands to clench up and move towards each other.
Exactly. So I explained that. I usually say it's because of a vision that I had, a visual vision. It's, you see, like there's a time I had a vision and I drew the logo for one of the ministries that I was doing Kitambo. But this time I saw, no, this is too, it's going to spook some people out. So let me keep that out. But basically I usually say all of creation has the DNA of God. You understand? Through him, all things were made. And without him, nothing was made that was made. So if everything has come from God, has been made by him, then it's like nerves in us. So God does not have to, the same way I don't have to be like, mkono inuka. Kunja ngumi. Mkono wa kutolia. Ngumi ya pili. Haya.
Mbwembwe.
Mbwekse bra. Mbwekse.
No, mbwembwe. Ama mbwekse.
Mbwekse. Ngumi mbwekse.
Mbwekse.
Yeah, along lilo. Sema kena sema along lilo.
Wala patungiles.
Top shorter. Anyway, so because I don't have to do that, it's an automatic signal from my brain to the nini. So the same way when God wants to move you, he doesn't have to send angels and then, assign. Sometimes we desire that because of our faithlessness. But if you're actually aligned to God, you will make some decisions. Like sometimes you don't even need to hear it as an instruction. There are some things that you move and then you're like, anyway, this couldn't have been me. I did not make this decision. Like, for example, making the video, that is the reason why we met. I was just yapping like every other day, but for this specific day, and it was my second video yapping about CTA, I was like, you know what, let me just do it. I've watched this Nini. Let me talk about the CTAs that have impacted me. I never, ever expected that it will turn out like this. But wasn't that a God move? Angel Gabriel did not come and told me, behold, thou shalt wake up and thou shalt make a chronicle. Thou as a digital scribe, and this shall be, you understand? It's not like that. So I usually, that's how I explain God talking to me sometimes. Now,
Can I add something there? When my kids, I've got two girls, 10 and 7. When they are going off stray, me and my wife, we tell them, remember who you are. Genesis 1:27.
You guys are so profound.
So we just tell them, you're not act like yourself. So you've forgotten who you are.
Wow.
So you need to remember who you are. So you're not this mean person. You're not this person who should shout at people.
Yeah.
You're not this person who is sad.
Yeah.
Remember who you are.
That is amazing. That is so good because the second part of that demonstration is usually when a person is paralyzed, normally they're usually trying. Like you can feel, if you've ever not been able to move a part of your body, sometimes that has happened to me. Maybe if, like nililala venikuwa nataka kulala alafu blood flow ikakuwa restricted. So I can feel, I'm sending the signal. I can feel the willingness in my hand to move, but it's not moving. And sometimes that also does happen to us when you forget who you are. So that's when now you're too disconnected from God that even that internal signal cannot work. And then that's when Job 33 is employed, where he has to send you warnings through dreams in the night, through messengers, etc. Now, don't forget all this was coming from obedience. So that's kind of my
Yeah. What Pius says CTA is a great CTA for you to watch as a career, as a teacher of career, as a teacher if you're in a very difficult place in life, and you don't believe that it is possible to get out of that hole. If you are at a place also where you want to grow your faith. Maybe you're a Christian and you do your Sunday thing, but you don't understand, how do I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with God? So it's been very interesting.
So now, the question he was posing to me was, do I have a script for my life? So I took a challenge, a 12-month program to script my life.
A 12-month program
to script my life.
How old are you at this time?
I'm 26.
Pious.
So it started with this. What is success to me? And not success now, success in the future. When all is said and done, what will make me say, I've lived a good life?
So you visualize yourself, let's say you had the opportunity to be conscious on your deathbed.
Yeah.
What would you have said?
In fact, one of the books I was reading at that point in time was The 7 Habits, of highly effective people. And one of the things that it brings out is, imagine it is your funeral service and people are eulogizing you. What are people saying about you? So I started putting together my key success pillars, and there were 7.
If you don't mind, can I ask what those are?
Yes.
Okay.
So the first one was spiritual health. The second one was physical health. The third one was mental health. The fourth one was family. The fifth one was career. The sixth one was financial health. And the 7th one was legacy.
What? You know, some people's version of success is only career and financial. You define success with 7 whole
pillars.
And those are just pillars, so you can even go deeper, of course, into all of them.
Yeah, and I'll explain a little bit. So I have seven pillars here, and legacy is the last one. Very purposeful. What will be said of me when I'm done? How will I have left this world different? So impact was key.
That's a very good place to take a break. Yeah, the
CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen. CTA next gen.